Now today I want to focus on the Father in the story and as a vehicle of grace. I want to focus on how He's a vehicle of grace and how you and I can be as well. The Father shares His love and He blesses His Son, whose behavior clearly did not merit such a blessing. It's a lesson in how life, or God, depending on your perspective, blesses us no matter what we've done. Regardless of what we may have done, we can still receive many blessings. That's sometimes a hard pill for some people to swallow. Another favorite story of mine is the story of this month, of January, the story of Jacob that Tamara recounted for the children. Jacob in the Bible, he tricks his blind and elderly father, and he cheats his brother. Jacob, by all accounts, is a problematic character. But in the end, what does God do in the story? God blesses Jacob. And Jacob becomes the father of a great nation, Israel. Look at this. Despite all that Jacob has done wrong, God still uses him as a vehicle to bless the world. And this is the beauty and the bounty of grace. This is the truth that seems to make no logical sense, but that is communicated time and time again in life and in the Bible. No matter what you've done, no matter how badly you've failed as a parent, as a student, as a lover, as a son or daughter, at work, at war, no matter who you've hurt or deceived, you can still receive many blessings. And you can still be a vehicle for divine grace. Now, the Bible is full of such stories. Peter denies Jesus 3 times, but Peter goes on to become the foundation of the church. Paul, whose spirit is willing, but whose flesh is weak. Paul, who spent his early adulthood persecuting Jesus and his followers, goes on to arguably become the greatest apostle. Moses killed a man as a young adult, but he went on to become a great prophet. The list goes on and on. And one of the beauties of the Bible is that it is filled with flawed people who go on to do great things. And in a new year, when I look back at the ways I've failed, I'm heartened by knowing that even flawed people like me and you can be blessed and be a blessing. The way we describe it in theology is that everyone has a soul and an ego. The soul is that part of us that is described as being made in the image of God. The soul is that better angel of our nature. The soul contains our capacity for compassion and courage and forgiveness and love. And the ego, on the other hand, is made up of all of our rationalizations. The ego is that part of us that makes excuses for our selfish tendencies. The ego gets us in all kinds of trouble because while the soul cares about others, the ego only cares about itself. Now on New Year's Eve, the ego asks, what do I want in the coming year? Whereas the soul asks, what is life asking of me? Or what is God asking of me? The ego is trying to figure out, how do I get what I want? Whereas the soul is in conversation with life, trying to determine what it is called to do. One of the things that grace can do is it can help us cultivate our soul. When the Father welcomes the prodigal son after all that he's done and he chooses to bless him, it helps the son to cultivate gratitude and humility and his own capacity for forgiveness and for love. Grace helps us grow our soul. Now, the Father sees his son like most parents do, from what we can call a God's eye view. It's believed that God, through grace, will welcome back and forgive us and bless us no matter what we've done. That's because God sees us as our soul, or the God's eye view sees us as our soul. That part of us that we say was created in the image of God. It's beautiful poetic language about the soul that's within each of us.